Hey guys, welcome to another video from Historic Militaria. Today we are looking at a pretty unusual piece from World War II that you don't see all that often. This is an American M1 helmet that was battle damaged and was recovered in the South Pacific, and unfortunately that's all I know. It was brought back actually by a gentleman who was a missionary in the South Pacific, and he collected a number of artifacts from sort of wherever he went around there. I really don't know any more history about that, so I'd just be conjecture at this point. But this is clearly a wartime US helmet. First thing you'll notice about a early wartime helmet is you have what's called a front seam right there. And that's just where the helmet has this rollover, and they put a seam right there. Later on, they moved it to the rear of the helmet, and those are called rear seam helmets. So obviously no seam here on the rear part of the helmet. The other thing you're going to look at is what are called the bales, which is where the sling would go, or the chin strap would go. These are what are called fixed bales, meaning they do not swivel. Later ones did swivel because GIs found that the original non-swiveling kind would break pretty easily. So these are fixed, and this one looks like it's been bent, obviously. And this one is fixed as well. And the most obvious thing about this helmet is the large concussive blast hit that it took. You've got a fair amount of missing helmet right here. You have this part here, which is actually bent out quite a bit and actually cracked the helmet all through here as well. So this took a fairly hard hit. That's really the only damage on it, other than right here. There looks like another concussion blast damage. There's this and some spiderweb cracking out from it. So just a helmet that is actually pretty rare, because it certainly wasn't something that US GIs were bringing home as souvenirs. It really wouldn't bring home KIA helmets or damaged helmets of their friends and their fellow soldiers. And since the Axis powers luckily did not win World War II, they didn't bring home a lot of souvenirs of US stuff either. So you don't see a lot of these. A lot were picked up and destroyed and didn't make it to the collector market. This also has looks like a crack hit right here from another concussion. So just something that really isn't floating around a lot. Really the only ones that you do see are ones that are reliced out and excavated at some point or picked up. This one almost looks like it might have been underwater for a time, although it does have some of the remains of the green paint here along the skirt, which is actually kind of interesting since it doesn't exist anywhere else on the helmet. And just look inside, and you have a very standard US M1 helmet. Remember, you didn't have a liner system in the steel pot part itself. You had a liner system that was a separate sort of plastic or fiberboard, generally plastic type material that would actually go in and sort of be a separate helmet, if you will. So I know I haven't seen a lot of battle damaged US World War II helmets. This is one of only a few I've seen, and I just thought it might be something interesting to take a look at. There are a fair amount of collectors of KIA or battle damaged helmets and equipment, and if you have any input, I would love to hear it in the comments. And like and subscribe, and we'll be looking at more interesting militaria in the coming days. Thanks for watching.